In this episode of Within Perimeters, we observe a moment in the life of a woman named Emma. Emma liked taking selfies. Not occasionally, not when something special happened. Emma took selfies the way some people check the time, without thinking, without stopping. Just small confirmations throughout the day that she still existed, that she still looked like herself. At first it was harmless, just a habit. Morning light through the blinds, coffee in hand, hair slightly messy. Another one while waiting in line for coffee. Another one walking to the train. She told herself she liked documenting life, capturing the little moments. But if we are being honest, Emma wasn't documenting life. She was measuring it. Measuring herself against a version of perfection she could almost reach, but never quite touch. Until the day the app updated, and everything changed. It happened quietly, the way most important things do. No announcement, no warning, just a notification. A small red dot. A small message. Precision correction mode now available. Emma tapped it out of curiosity. The message explained that the new features used advanced symmetry detection. It could analyze facial structure, correct irregularities, and subtly improve natural balance. The app described it as a optimization. Nothing extreme, nothing noticeable, just small improvements. Within acceptable parameters. Emma smiled. Because that sounded perfect. Just a little improvement. Nothing drastic, nothing artificial, just enough to look better. Emma lifted the phone, tilted her head slightly, found her light. The photo appeared on the screen. Perfect. Her skin looked smoother, her jaw slightly more balanced. Even her eyebrows appeared more symmetrical. She liked it. Actually, she loved it. Emma opened the front camera again. Another selfie. And then another. Each one looked a little better, a little more balanced, a little closer to what she imagined she looked like in her mind. Emma didn't notice something small, something subtle, something no one notices at first. The mirror behind her told a slightly different story, because when Emma looked up from the phone, her reflection had changed. Just slightly. One eyebrow was gone. Emma blinked. She leaned closer to the mirror. The eyebrow wasn't completely gone, more like faded, as if someone had gently erased it with a soft brush. She frowned, then laughed, because that was ridiculous. Lighting can be strange. Mirrors can distort things. Phones reflect light differently. Emma opened the camera again. There it was. Her eyebrow looked perfectly normal on screen. Balanced, sharp, exactly where it should be. She shrugged. Lighting. It must be it. Emma took another selfie. Over the next few hours, Emma took more pictures. In the elevator. At lunch. At her desk. Each one looked incredible. Her skin was flawless. Her features perfectly aligned. Her face? Beautiful in a way she had never quite seen before. Meanwhile, the mirror was becoming less cooperative. The freckles across her nose slowly disappeared. A small mole near her lip vanished. Tiny imperfections began to smooth away. Emma noticed some of it, but she explained it away. Maybe she had imagined those freckles. Maybe the mole had always been lighter. Maybe the lighting in her apartment was simply strange. The phone told a better story, and Emma trusted the phone. By evening, Emma had taken nearly 100 selfies, each one perfect, each one improved. The app occasionally displayed small messages. Analyzing symmetry, correcting irregularity, optimization complete. Emma found the process strangely comforting. It felt like progress, like improvement, like control. When she looked at her photos on her phone, she saw a version of herself she had always hoped others saw. Balanced, refined, perfect. When Emma looked in the mirror, things were beginning to disappear. Her freckles were gone. The natural lines of her lips had softened. The subtle shadow along her nose had flattened. Emma touched her face carefully. Felt the same, but it looked simpler, cleaner. As if someone had removed details that were never supposed to be there. Emma took another selfie. Late that night, Emma sat alone in her apartment, lights off, phone screen glowing in the dark. The room felt quiet. Too quiet. The app displayed a message. Mirror asymmetry detected. Continue correction? Emma hesitated, then nodded to herself. Well, yes. Yes, of course. Emma stared at the screen. Her photo appeared instantly. Beautiful, perfect. But something strange happened when she lowered the phone. Her eyes were gone. Not bleeding, not empty sockets, just smooth skin, featureless, like a blank canvas where her eyes had once been. Emma gasped. She raised her phone again, and there they were, her eyes, bright, alive, looking directly back at her from the screen. Emma realized something slowly, something terrifying. She could only see herself through the phone. At first, Emma panicked. She stumbled across the room, nearly dropped the phone, but as long as she looked through the screen, she could see perfectly. The phone showed the room, the walls, the floor, her reflection. Everything looked normal. Everything looked correct. Emma slowly began navigating the apartment while using the phone, walking, turning, watching the world through the glowing rectangle. The phone corrected everything. It filled the missing pieces. It restored what had been removed, within acceptable perimeters. Emma realized she didn't need the mirror anymore. She didn't need the lights. She only needed the phone. The app had one more message waiting. Final asymmetry detected. Emma stared at the screen. Her digital reflection looked flawless. Perfect skin, perfect symmetry, perfect beauty. But the app had noticed something she hadn't. One final irregularity. The message appeared clearly. Remove remaining imperfection? Emma didn't know what it meant. But she had come this far. Every step had improved things. Every correction had made her better. More balanced, more complete. Emma lifted the phone, framed her face, or what remained of it, and she whispered one simple word. Yes. The screen flashed white. For a moment, everything disappeared. The room, the walls, the light. Then the screen went black. Emma lowered the phone slowly. The mirror across the room reflected nothing. Not a blank face, not an empty head, just empty space where she had once stood. The phone slipped from her hand. It hit the floor with a quiet sound. The screen flickered once. A small notification appeared. User deleted. Parameters satisfied. Several hours later, in another apartment, another phone buzzed quietly. A young woman reached for it in the dark, half asleep. She opened the notification. A new feature had been added to her favorite camera app. Precision Correction Mode. The description was simple. Improve facial balance, remove irregularities, enhance natural beauty within acceptable parameters. The woman smiled, lifted the phone, and aimed it towards her face. Perfection. It's a strange thing. Most people spend their lives chasing it, adjusting, improving, removing small imperfections, one correction at a time. But perfection has a cost, because eventually there is nothing left to correct, and nothing left to keep.